craves love. Every child craves the comfort and luxury of a family. However, what happens when some of these kids are denied of this luxury of having a family? Today, our spotlight will be on single parenting, causes, challenges, and what implications it holds for the growth of the child, and even the parents themselves. This is Indepth. I am Priska. Hello and welcome back to the program Indepth on ABS television. Just before the time out, I told you that today we'll have two beautiful women who will be joining the conversation on this program. I have Nkechi Udebuka. She is the Executive Director of Whispering Hope for Africa Initiative. Hello and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Priska.
And of course, I also have Uche Mwakeze. She is a mother. Hello and welcome to the program.
You're welcome, Priska.
Yeah, you've been wondering, it's a ladies' connection. Well, we are here today talking about parenting, not just parenting, but single parenting. They say the family is the smallest unit of the society. And sometimes when this unit is not complete, there are a lot of things that can arise as a result of this incomplete nature of the units that a society talks about. However, we would like to know what actually qualifies one to be called a single parent.
For one to be called a single parent means that the other partner, the other part of you is no longer with you. It could be alive, but you are no longer living together, and the other one maybe by death, you lost the other partner. So it could be either way. Maybe the other partner left you, you are divorced or separated, you are no longer living together in the same house. So the other one is left to cater for the kids alone. Well, in the African context, it's not the same like abroad. You may not be living with your kids, but you are taking care of the children in the family, even though they don't live with you. But in the African context, I don't think it's the same here. So it could be either the other partner is alive or you are separated. So this makes one a single parent when you are left alone to cater for the kids in the family.
Talking about the Africa context, now, do you think all that matters is just taking care of the kids? That's people that are single parents, that once you're able to take care of your kid, that's all. That is all that matters.
Not really. Now, for me, the most important thing is the development of the kids, the children. Not just you may be buoyant enough to pay for the school fees, the needs of those children, but something is missing in those kids. And that is why most of them grew up. In fact, I had a friend who said that I can never go for adoption because they believe they were not brought up. Both parents were not there, to bring them up. So they have that kind of fear that, they are not well grown, sorry to say that. So now, you may be the single parent might be able to have enough funding to take care of them, but that aspect of, proper upbringing is lacking in those kids, and they grew up to cause nuisance in the society. So it's not just having the finance. The finance is not enough for you to take care of the children.
Have your own thoughts on what could actually make somebody a single parent. What other things would make someone a single parent?
Well, thank you, Priska. It's many. It's inexhaustible.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, it's inexhaustible. Frustration comes in. Lack. Many people lack these days. Hardship. A lot of hardship in the society. A lot of single girls, they are so wayward. I don't know. Hardship brings about single parents. What will I say? I have experience of single parenthood. It's not by choice. Some people are even lured into it. Some are even lured. I don't know. But marginalization, loneliness, peer group, mixing up with bad set of people. They can lure you into it. Smoking, hard drugs can even make you go gay. You wouldn't even know when you venture into such experience.
Okay.
It's hard. Thank you. Let me
All
stop
right.
so far.
Okay, at that tender age, and if you look at it's for a man in Igbo culture, is if he's a man, it's easier to remarry, get another wife. But for a woman, it's because you have kids, you are meant to
You
stay.
feel it's not necessary.
Yes, you are meant to stay in your husband's family and take care of the kids. So it's quite difficult for them to leave the husband's family to remarry and start raising, have a companion, a lifetime companion.
Now you said something about your classmate, somebody deciding to be single because she wanted to be single. She didn't want to be under any man. And now I'm trying to understand something. She doesn't want to be under any other man, and she wants to have kids. Now I'm wondering, wouldn't this kind of decision affect those children that she had? Because she decided not to get married. If she eventually gives birth to a girl child, do you think there's a possibility that a girl child might eventually decide to follow the line her mother told?
Okay, like I said initially, it depends on the foundation, how you groom those kids. That will determine what they will become when they grow up. So that's, what do I call it, proper education, bringing them up in the proper way. Like for a woman, I see parents, you cannot give what you don't have. You understand? So some of them that, is by choice, they decided not to get married. Well, I don't see them trying to inculcate that onto their kids.
Okay.
They try to give them a very good moral upbringing. But left for the kids, they are the ones to decide, the way they want to go. But in our society, the psychologically, it affects them. Like when they go to school, their fellow children talk to them. Oh, where is your dad? That kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's psychologically, emotionally, it affects them.
Okay.
While growing up, they ask a lot of questions, to their mom. They grew up to become that, oh, this is abnormal, for me to have just a mother.
Yeah.
Not that they lost their dad. The story is not there that, oh, they lost their dad and the other. So psychologically, emotionally, at times, it affects those children.
Okay, so now, Uche, what would actually make somebody decide, or the circumstances that can make somebody become a single parent? Because sometimes it's not sometimes it is not a conscious decision. It just happens.
Anyway, thank you. I hope we have mentioned something like widowhood.
Okay.
We have mentioned that you don't have your life at your hand, You might be seeing me now, the next second, next minute. You will say, wow, Uche, you saw
It's
yesterday,
gone.
you didn't see her again. It's not in our hands, it's not our making. So when your spouse, could be the man, it could be the woman, it leaves you either by death or by abandoning or by absconding, you're alone. You're on your own. That is widowhood. And that is being a single parent, either directly or indirectly. So, and when one becomes a single parent, my friend here has said, is by choice. But to me, that choice in African context, I don't buy it. I don't buy it because it's not tenable.
Okay. All right. Uche, hold that thought. You said in African context you don't buy it because it's not tenable.
It's not
All right,
tenable.
we'll come back to that. Okay, before we went on that break, she was saying something about choosing to be a single parent, not being tenable in the African context. That is Uche. Now, you spoke about your friend that said she didn't want to be under any man. She just wanted to have kids. She wants to be a single mom, having kids without being under anybody. Now, if it's not tenable in the African context, then why do people keep doing it before you go to the challenge?
You know, we all have individual differences. And some of these single parents, it's not their decision, but they found themselves, like the single mothers, they found themselves into that. And what would they do? They have to live with it. So some of them, they chose that. Very few, very minute number of people. But some others, you know, they found themselves, oh, the next thing they're pregnant. What would they do? So they have to live
That
by
pregnancy.
That.
Talking about especially teenage pregnancy. A lot of young girls that are meant to be in school, you see them, 16, 15.
Yeah.
They're already mothers. Now,
It's getting around.
whose responsibility is it to educate these young girls? Because now they're single parents, whether you like it or not. Even if they decide to marry tomorrow,
Yeah.
it doesn't change the fact that they were once single parents. Now, whose responsibility is it for these
Well,
kids?
I wouldn't say just the parents alone. Yeah, the parents have the major role to play on these young girls. However, the society as well. I'll give you an example. You are living in the compound where you are living or on the streets. Oh, you've been seeing this particular girl, the way she moves around. You wouldn't say, oh, what concerns me? I should just leave her. It's not my child. Oh, no, no, no. So it's the society as well has a responsibility to play on these young girls. However, the society as well. I'll give you an example. You are living in the compound where you are living or on the streets. Oh, you've been seeing this particular girl, the way she moves around. You wouldn't say, oh, what concerns me? I should just leave her. It's not my child. Oh, no, no, no. So it's the society as well has a responsibility to play. So when you see the girls, if you've been watching her movement, how it's either you call her parents, you know, bring that to the awareness of the parents, and as an adult, nothing stops you from calling the girl's attention, you know, counsel her, talk to her, the repercussion of, you know, the kind of life she's choosing to live. So talking about whose responsibility, yes, the parents has the major role to play, but as well, we in the society as well, whether it's your kid, your daughter or not, you have a role to play.
Okay, so Uche,
Yeah.
these single parents, what are the challenges confronting them? What do they go through on a daily basis trying to raise up these kids?
Thank you. They go through a lot. They go through a lot. But, excuse me, at times I'll see myself in their shoes. At times I see myself in their shoes. There was one around my area the other day. I called her. She was pregnant. Before you know it, there was no pregnancy again. She was roaming the streets, you know, buying all sorts of drugs. And before you could say Jack Robinson, the baby is gone. She even wanted to beat me. Beat me because I called her. She called me names. Why should I intervene
In her life.
in her life history? Who told me? Who even told me that she's pregnant? So, my sister, they go through a lot to take care of that baby. Most of them even ran away, leaving the babies with their moms. You won't see them as fast as they give birth to that child, they left the baby. You won't see them again over the period of time. Most of them, they face a lot of challenges. But girls of these days, in my mind's eye, I see them as if they love it, because you will be counting that this baby gave birth to a baby, and after delivering the baby, you won't see her again. The next 1 year, she comes back with another baby. At times, I wonder, is it the same mom? Okay, is it the same way I put to bed? that these little girls put to bed.
Because
They won't even be there to take care of the one they gave birth to. You see them with another one. So I don't know if it pleases them, if it is their happiest moment, or if it is very easy for them, or if it is, in short, I cannot tell.
There was something you said that she wanted to beat you up. I'm sorry to say this. Most of the people in the society we see today they're going through mental problems.
Okay.
Yes, some of them, depression, mental problem comes in, and you see them dress up in a human form. You don't know what they're going through within. So it's as a result of mental problem, and they are reacting in those ways.
Okay, so should Uche have just looked and passed? She should have spoken to her. Because what if she blinded your eye? Or what if she gave you one blow and you got blind?
Then I'm not a mom.
Okay.
I'm a good one at that. I'm not a mom.
Okay, now we are talking about those challenges, fixing them. If actually they're going through these challenges, she said something about she's wondering if these young ladies, they're actually enjoying putting to bed the daily basis. Now, that is why they keep getting pregnant. So if they are not actually enjoying it, if those things are not happening to them, then why do they keep doing this? Why do young girls keep going out there, becoming single parent? You hear this baby mama syndrome. It's part of the single parent thing, because sometimes they give birth to all these top people, celebrities and all that, and these celebrities don't even bring a dime for the upkeep of the child. Sure. Some of them, yes, because recently social media has been abuzz with some of these baby mamas coming out to call out their so-called celebrity baby daddies, saying that since they put to bed, they're the ones that have been catering for the upkeep of the child. And you're now wondering, what is now the point of getting pregnant and giving birth to a celebrity?
Because they didn't know that is going to happen. For example, at the initial time, they were in love, the money is coming. They thought it would continue to come in that form. But unfortunately, the guy has to start withdrawing. So most of this, for our local girls here, you can talk about poverty. For you to sleep with a man is not for free. He has something to support you with. And then at the end of the day, he gives you that, and then you are pregnant. And you're on your own. So at times it's poverty because, let me just get this money now that I need it. And then you have to sleep with a man. And the result, the man is gone.
And at the end of the day, what you expected is not what you eventually end up seeing.
Yes.
Now, so how can we discourage some of these people? Because you see some of them, they see other baby mamas that are going through something like this, and they see these other baby mamas calling out their baby daddies on social media, and yet they will willingly go again and get pregnant for the same person.
Some even deny them.
And some people deny them, yes, because there are a lot of cases where you see somebody gets a young lady pregnant and the person comes out to say, I'm not the father of the child. And also,
well, let me just say this. Let me just say this. If
you come back to claim,
like what is happening currently.
If I happen to be a single mom,
okay,
what do I do?
The mom.
I have to take care of my kids. That, the reality it has dawned on me that, the man is gone. I have to work hard to take care of the kids and not start chasing the man or start, going on air, on the internet, broadcasting. No. I just have to calm myself. I've made a mistake. Okay. What do? I have to retrace myself and start taking care of those kids rather than going on air to start making noise all about that. So my concern is my kids. They need to grow up well in the proper way, that the society will accept them. So that should be my focus, not going after the man that has gone to live his own life or to continue doing the same to the other girls. But I have to come back to myself and think about the kids, my future, the future of my kids.
Okay,
some of these teenage girls we're talking about, some do not even go about working harder for the upkeep of those children or child. At times, they lock them inside the door. We have one in our area. She has 3. She locks them up
and goes out
in the night. Early in the morning, she comes back. They will, feel themselves in their feces, in their urinary,
and nobody does anything.
Nobody cares.
People are not
they
saying
will be
anything.
crying to.
You know, if it's in developed countries,
there is
they will
something
call
I would
the
like.
social service to
I
come
would
and
like
pick up
our
these children.
custom, our culture to
they
consider.
don't even go doing a decent job for the upkeep of those babies. There's one in my husband's place now. She has 9 children.
And she's single.
She's single. She's not up to 25. She has 9. 9.
When
And
did
the
she start?
two out of the 9 children has born 2 already. 2 each.
When did
already.
she?
In my mind, I was wondering, when did she start
It
giving
means
birth?
she
Is
started at a
it from
very-
13 years or 12? Something like that.
I think there's something I would like our
And her
culture.
babies are giving babies
Okay.
again in their household.
You know,
The
as
She
cycle-
has
the cycle
about
continues.
they have about 5 different. The little one that comes to my house will tell my baby that her father from Mbako. This is my father from Mbako. This one is my father from Onisha. This one is my father from Newi. You know, that I have 3 fathers. You know, playing about it.
Okay.
She didn't know the consequences.
Yeah, no, you're talking about consequences. Now, Nkechi, I want to ask, what are the consequences of this kind of behavior on these children?
Of course, it affects the society. Most of the nuisance and all whatnot that happens in our society, and improper upbringing of those kids. And I would like the society as well, our culture, to consider, you know, allowing a woman. I got married, my husband is late, I have 2 kids. I should be free to remarry, rather than making me to stay put in my husband's place.
Because if it's a man,
Yes. So I have this, my client, she was HIV positive, and the husband died, you know, a few years ago. And I met her 2 weeks ago. She told me she had only 1 child before the husband died. So when I met her, she said she has 4 kids now. I asked her, did you remarry? She said, no, the husband family refused. That she should not remarry, that she should stay there. And now she's going outside. Those 3 kids, other kids, is from different men. And then she has to live on her own. Not the husband family is taking care of those kids. No, she has to work. If this woman is very industrious, doing everything she could to raise those kids. So I was asking her about the man, you know, the men who had those kids for them. He said they were supporting at the initial time, and now they no longer support. So she is the one taking care of. So that's why I said I would also like our culture, the society, to consider, you know, if a man wants to remarry, please allow her to do so instead of making her to stay. And if I should tell you what she is going through, another thing I also thought of, because I was her counselor, I knew she was HIV positive, and she has been sleeping with men and having kids. So nobody knows. So those are some of the consequences that the society doesn't know. Our culture needs to do something about that.
it's people, you know, sometimes people do things without even thinking about the repercussions of their actions. Now, this kind of children that are born into this kind of homes, what kind of children would these kids be when they grow up? What kind of effect, what kind of influence would these kids have in society? We have these Almajiris, a lot of these kids, street kids out there. What kind of influence would they have on the society?
Already you've mentioned it. Most of them are Almajiris. Most of them are conductors. You can see them, conductors. Guys, you see them, you know, jumping from one bike to the other, one keke to the other, one bus to the other, taking wee-wee, taking kai on the streets. They are not well brought up. If you call it a broken home, it's there. If you call it a single parenthood, it's there. If you call it a child born out of wedlock, is there. Children born out of, you know, so many different men, different children for different men. And their characters and their behaviors must be different from the good of the society. You know, you do all these things you see in them, and they create bad influence on the main reasonable children we have in this society. Okay. Yeah, and my sister said that men, some families should allow women to remarry. I don't even think that these days they hold anybody not to remarry. I've never seen. I hear those things in stories that they withheld females when they lost their husbands. I've not seen one they tied down that you shouldn't remarry.
Okay.
I've not seen, but I've been hearing.
Okay.
So it's left for the woman. If your husband dies, either you love the family so much, you remain there, train your 2 children or 3. Don't go about getting more.
Priska, let me say something on the consequences. I have this a client of mine that the husband, this family, they are living well. The husband is doing well. But at a point, something happened. So the husband fell ill, the business started going down, and the woman felt like, no, I can't take this. And the husband, before you know it, the husband moved down to the village, and this woman refused to go with the husband. So she stayed in the city with the children, and the life was not so easy for her, so difficult for her. We talked to her, we counseled her, go with your husband. She said she can never move to the village. Wow. Now, what happened? At the end of the day, the kids, she was not properly taking care of those kids. They became wayward. In fact, they hardly eat. They have to push them out from where they are living. They started living in a store. And, well, at the end of the day,
under the bridge.
Do you know what happened? These kids, the eldest son, has to travel to the village and stab and kill the dad.
Wow.
Yes. Because the mother was not taking good care of them, and she was telling them so many bad things about their dad.
Father.
Yes, about their father. That the father he's not man enough to take care of them. And those kids, oh my God, on the street, everybody fears them. They smoke, they take drugs, and all that. So,
all right, okay, so we've highlighted most of the effects and consequences on the kids. Now, what we're asking for, how can we get out of this? Briefly, just tell us.
Okay.
What is the way forward from here? Where do we go from here?
The way forward, there was something I said at the beginning, that it's not just having the finance enough to take care of the kids, but the most important thing is the development of those kids. As a single mom, care for your kids. It's there already. You're already a single mom. Stop fighting anybody, whether it's by your own making or not. So what do you do now is to come back. Even look for some programs to do that will aid you to be able to train those kids in the proper way. Start personal development. Go back to yourself and to your God, and then see how you can properly, bring up, rather than to start fighting people or demand, start making news, go viral over this. I think the solution is coming back to yourself and look a way to develop yourself and your kids.
All right, thank you very much. So, Uche, briefly just tell us, what is the way forward?
For me, the way forward is, first of all, prayers. You use prayers, talk to your Almighty Creator, your Father, your Maker. Secondly, your children, you must inculcate them in certain fellowships in the churches, right churches, not what do I say about all these churches? You fellowship them, you put them in one fellowship or the other. They mix up with
Other people.
Right thinking people of the society, not just any people.
All right, thank you.
Or anybody.
Thank you. We would like to thank Uche Nwakeze. She is a mother. Thank you for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
And of course, we have Nkechi Udebuka. She is the Executive Director of Whispering Hope for Africa Initiative. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you, Priska.
Okay, well, viewers, single parenting, whether by choice or by circumstance, the most important thing here are the kids. How are you taking care of those kids that God has blessed you with? Now, remember that the kind of children you raise today will determine the kind of leaders we are going to have tomorrow. So, train up your child the way the child should be, and when the child is old, the person would never depart from these teachings. And this is how we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program Indepth on ABS Television. Till next time, I am Priska Wanko.